We continue to have at least some light freezing rain falling across parts of the Richmond metro area right now. We were dealing with a lot of sleet this morning. Those are ice pellets, those things that just kind of bounce off the ground. We've transitioned now to freezing rain, so it falls as liquid rain, freezes on impact when it hits the ground, which is at 32 or below. But we're already starting to see a few spots towards the south and east that are above freezing, so it's just plain rain. Even if the roadways in your neighborhood are okay, be careful of the bridges. The bridges have cold air on both sides since the air can flow underneath. So even though some of the road temperatures are okay, in some locations the bridges may be pretty icy, but exercise a lot of caution. There's been a lot of sleet and freezing rain since daybreak this morning, so even though the road crews have been doing a fantastic job, there are still icy spots out there. Temperatures are in the upper 20s and low 30s. We're up to 33 in Ashland and Richmond, in West Point and Kilmarnock, 34 in Wakefield, 36 in Williamsburg, but just about everywhere else we are at or below freezing. Just enough of a wind out there to notice, and when we have ice in the trees, we don't want to breeze at all because that moves the trees around, causes branches and trees to come down, even some power lines as well. Feels more like the mid-20s across the region right now. We're starting to see a lot of the moisture shifting east of a lot of our viewing area. You notice to the south and west is broken up quite a bit, so we will still have some precipitation off and on this afternoon into this evening, but it'll be scattered and spotty, not the steady stuff we saw earlier. But you can see here, especially south and southeast of Richmond, that's where we have more rain going on. And up here we do have some temperatures near freezing, so we do have some patchy freezing rain up at Bowling Green and Doswell and Tappahannock. This is just plain rain off towards the east where the temperatures are above freezing. But south side Richmond down through the Tri-Cities down to the state line, we have a lot of areas here near or below freezing. So even though this is painted green, we still have a decent amount of freezing rain falling down the I-85 and 95 corridors south of the Tri-Cities. Winter storm warning in effect for most of the viewing area until tomorrow morning. So that's for the scattered leftover precip the rest of today, tonight, and early tomorrow. Winter weather advisory close to the coast until 4 o'clock, but we're kind of switching over mainly to just plain rain there. So the icing threat is coming to a close. By the time all is said and done by tomorrow, a lot of this has already fallen with a little additional stuff to come. About 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of ice across a lot of the area, and a lot of spots about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. But there will be a few sections south of 64 and west of 85. We could have a few locations in there that get 1/2 inch to 1 inch of ice accumulation, and unfortunately that's in the exact same spot that we had the power issues last week. So unfortunately, with more ice on those lines south of 64, west of I-85, that is a pretty high risk of seeing additional power outages today into tonight. Scattered precipitation this afternoon into this evening. Again, a little bit of freezing rain and plain rain, and we'll still have some scattered precip tomorrow, especially south and east of Richmond. But we'll start to see some drier weather later tomorrow. A high of 34 degrees today, but close to 40 tomorrow. So most areas will get at least a few degrees above freezing. The weekend is going to be fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be chilly, but we're going to have mostly sunny skies both days. Looks like our first completely dry weekend in about 6 weeks here. 37 on Saturday, 41 on Sunday. A little system give us some rain on Monday, maybe a couple snowflakes, not a big deal, 46. And then into the 60s towards the middle part of next week.